Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we gonna light it up, babe. Tonight, we gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we gonna light it up. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we gonna light it up, babe. Tonight, we gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we gonna light it up.
Wow, couldn't have been any faster with that, I guess, huh? How about that? How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Just getting my stuff put into the chat really quick so I can pin it at the top. But happy Saturday, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. Great start to your weekend. And it's pinned, I think. Okay, cool. My name is Tanya. If you are new here, my name is Tanya or TitaniumBuilt. I don't go by one over the other, but you can call me whichever you want. Thanks, baby girl. Happy Saturday to you too. Seems like we got a good crowd coming in. So, and Mary Beth's already gifted 5 memberships, so we're doing pretty good. I just didn't like this is like not the time to get myself together, but I feel like my notebooks was like they were just kind of in the way. So let's move that out of the way, shall we? Got my light on back here for once. Remember that. So what have you guys heard today? Because I've heard it all. So I'll tell you what I've heard. So that way, you know, that'd be funny if I came on here and asked you what you heard first. Let me tell you what I've heard first. Obviously, a couple nights ago, was that last night? Or no, it was 2 nights ago. So night before last, the crime scene photos, they came out while we were on our live. I didn't get a chance. We were live, so I didn't want to review them live. I wanted to look at them first before I presented them to anybody on the internet, right? That's just how I wanted to do it. I know that we were listening to Mr. Gonzalez say how much the families don't want these on the internet. And then it's like, hey, the crime scene photos just got leaked. And it was like, really? It was just like the worst timing, I feel like. I feel like it's been like that with these families in general. But we're going to go over some of those tonight. I think there's only, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 that I can remember that have a blur to them because there is somebody in the bed. and on the floor. And obviously, you know who I'm talking about when I'm talking about on the floor is Xana. So, but I thought before we go look at the pictures and do all that, I was going to show you guys some pictures of, you know, what the house looked like on the outside that morning, and what pictures that we did get to see inside the house. Remember, they were doing, like, Fox News was doing the camera and like zooming in into the windows and stuff. So I have all of those. I know for a fact one of those windows had a handprint on it. But now that I'm thinking more about it, I'm thinking it might have been the living room and not around back. But let me know what you guys remember, and we'll all just learn together. Where the police have released them? Let me see. I don't know where that's a good question, because I get mine on like a case, it has like case files and stuff on it, but it didn't have this particular, like these particular, like I didn't have like a FOIA didn't come to me, and even like Law and Crime hasn't gotten the FOIA for those yet. Like there's a lot of people. So I think that people are just collecting them and putting them out. I would say Reddit would probably have them. And I think that's not where I got the documents either. But I would check Reddit. If not, I can always drop the link for these ones. I think that I know I have the pictures, but okay. I wanted to see if I had the link for the pictures. Okay. So there's also a new article that just came out tonight. I think it was tonight. Yeah, it came out today. Says 9:08. So I think it came out a little bit before that. But it's about Brian Kohberger, and if he were to go to trial, what would have happened with the cell phone tower, the cell phone data. So there's two of the people that were going to go on trial and, you know, be key witnesses, and they were going to testify that Brian Kohberger had turned his phone off. Now, do you remember that during the Dateline episode? During the Dateline episode, they specifically said that Brian had turned his cell phone off, that it didn't power down because the battery went dead. None of that. Like, so in here, it's actually goes into like a little bit further detail, and it tells us exactly what he did to not be, to not ping off of any towers and to not get caught, I guess you would say. And my eye is bothering me. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to have to get my eyelashes. Not my eyelashes, y'all. I might need my eye drops, but we might be okay. I just hate like rubbing it when you guys, I'll probably do it more than I even know. So thank you guys for all being here tonight. Thank you, Mary Beth, for gifting out 5 more memberships. I didn't see who the first 5 went to, but I bet I can scroll up here. Lucy, Val, Big T. Big T, I like that name. Mary G, and Happy Gappy. Welcome on in. And then the first 5, whoever you were, welcome on in. Those were all from Mary Beth. So. Yeah, no, it was made at the back window. Yeah. And I think it was probably just made there by someone crazy, you know, I mean, just one of the kids. But yeah, the one that I'm thinking of is the one that was in the front window, because there was a handprint in the front window. Do you remember that? Because I remember them showing us, and I think it was, I'm trying to remember exactly which place. It might have been Fox. I'm not sure. So we'll read about the phone pinging stuff first, because I thought that was pretty interesting, and then we'll go from there. Because that's like, I guess, the least exciting, but I think it's pretty exciting. Hello, Ashley. Hey, is she? Oh, Norris got out the gate. Uh-oh. He seems like he'd be such a big, clumsy dog, like a fun, clumsy. Hey, ATS News. Where you been? Having babies and stuff out there and just leaving us. I was just thinking of you today. Like, I was literally just thinking of you today. See, ask and you shall receive. Oh, okay. One more thing before we get started. I know I'm 10 minutes in, but this is important. And everyone is just going to love this. If you're an animal lover, you're going to love this. Okay. Um, my cat yesterday, I remember I told you he wasn't feeling well. He laid in one spot on the bed, wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink, just sat there for like a whole day. Well, it was like until that night. It was like around from like 1:30, I would say, until I was on the live, like throughout the live. Well, last night when I went to go in the bedroom, he was in the same spot. And I was like, oh my gosh. So then I almost started crying. Well, I did a little. I did a little. And then I moved him back behind my legs because I like to bend my legs, and he parks his little butt right in there. He like scooches in. That's his favorite spot. So I put him on a nice blanket and I put him there. Well, today he, I don't know what it was, but today he just started like kind of getting back to where he was like wanting to sit by the window. He got up, he like stood up, and I was like, oh my God, he stood up. Then he walked. So then he was in front of the window, and I'm like, oh my God, he's doing things. He's doing things. That's all we've been saying all day. Because he's so active. It's weird when he's not like that. And so I think he was, last time I checked, he was still over by the window. It's dark out now. He shouldn't be by the window. I should text Vincent and be like, where'd you put him? Do you have him in the bed with you? He needs to be in the bed with him. But I wanted to tell you guys, your prayers are working. Even Vincent said that. Vincent was like, see those prayers you asked for. And I've never heard him say that a day in my life. But I'm glad he's on the mend. He's on the mend. He jumped up on the counter today. I'm like, oh, you know you're not supposed to be up there, but you can go wherever you want. He meowed. I didn't hear him meow for like almost a full day. Like, I'm not ready. Okay. I'm just not ready. I may have had him since I may have gotten him when I was 23, and I may be going on 40, but he's still got a lot of life into him. You know, he really does. He's just such a lively cat. That's why when he was down for that, those days I didn't like that. So I'm just, man, prayers for all the fur babies out there that need them, and all the people. Thanks, Angel. Me too. Because I just can't handle that kind of stuff. Hey, Travis, how you doing? It has been a while. And welcome on in, everybody. Yeah, he's doing good. So I wanted to tell you guys that so I didn't forget. Hey, Bridget, you changed your picture, I think. I've had 3 cats in my life, and I've had them all for years and years and years. But this one is just, he was there for everything, right? I mean, I think everyone has that, like one animal that's there for, been through everything with them. That's this cat. Even when things should have separated us. So, oh, look at the pictures of Kohberger. I was actually listening to something earlier. It was from 2 years ago, and it was News Nation, and they were talking about how much weight Brian was losing back then. So I'm like, oh yeah, if we would have known. So I thought this was pretty interesting. In case you guys didn't hear this also, like on the Dateline episode, you'll hear it here. But I'm wondering if one of these people had maybe talked to the Dateline, representatives or journalist. But it says at 2:54 a.m. on November 13th, 2022, of course, Brian Kohberger went dark. The battery hadn't died, and it wasn't randomly powered off. It was silenced with precision. Now, take this with what you will. It says Wi-Fi and cellular data were disabled, no location tracking on, and no background activity. So can't you just do that with if you send out a do not disturb, wouldn't that put that in there? I'm trying to think of because you can't turn those all on at the same time, right? So I'm wondering if you just did thank you, Cougar 1970, for becoming a member. Hey, Aries, hang some water. Okay. What was I was going to actually look something up. That's why I had my phone in my hand. And then I start reading the chat. Okay. So I'm like, and then I start reading the chat. So, okay. If you're going to disable your cell phone, you could, I'm just not good at knowing how to do this kind of stuff. I should know how. It wouldn't be airplane mode because they would be able to test that, right? I'm just wondering if he like physically had to like take his stuff out of like location tracking on like I mean, he hadn't had the phone very long, so maybe he didn't have to go through like I would have to and like slide each individual tab over. That would just be awful. But he probably didn't have that many on his phone, right? Well, thank you again, Mary Beth. You're too kind, and welcome in, everybody. Because and then the background activity, that's usually just if you have background apps like running, like I probably have one running right now. Let's see. Yeah, like these. Like I had Reddit, YouTube, and Grove. So I mean that's easy. That's easy enough to do. But I mean a deliberate blackout. I wonder if you could like. I wonder if that's would be like something that he typed up on his Google searches or something. Because I don't remember learning that in school and college. Like I don't remember, and I went for criminal justice and applied science. I don't remember learning how to deliberately put your phone in a blackout. But it says that he did that precisely at the exact window. Prosecutors say 4 kids, 4 University of Idaho students were brutally murdered in their off-campus home. So 2 hours later at 4:48 a.m., the phone is turned back on. It would be months before investigators fully understood what that gap in activity meant. But to the digital forensic experts tasked by prosecutors with retracing Kohberger's steps for evidence to be used against him in his trial, the silence speaks volumes. Yeah. Well, when you have a phone for, July, August, September, October, 5 months, and it's only been powered down like 3 times or 4 times, and one of them is during the night of the murders, I mean, that says something. It says, what we learned is he prepared. Heather Barnhart, Senior Director of Forensic Research at Cellbrite, told The Independent. I hate that picture. I hate it so much. Barnhart and her colleague, Jared Barnhart, were slated to testify at Kohberger's trial before he unexpectedly accepted a plea deal, admitting to the November 2022 quadruple murders and receiving life without parole in July. We know what he was sentenced to. He was sentenced to life for the murders of Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan. And they were all found, stabbed to death, of course, obviously, on November 13th, 2022, in the small town of Moscow, Idaho. Now it says digital silence, a red flag. Yeah, I would say so. Now, as more details begin to trickle out through previously sealed police reports and court documents, the team is revealing to the Independent what they've learned about the killer through his digital footprint. And they just dropped another like 500 some documents, like pages. I think it's pages. Yeah, it's pages. So it's not that many documents, I don't think, compared to pages. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. That's taking me forever. But we might be here for a while. We should time it actually. But then, man, I just want to see how fast we could go through all the evidence if we needed to. If we needed to, like, let's just say, an experiment to see if we're faster than Ann Taylor. Could we do it? I think we could. In 2.5 years, yeah. So it says here, now as more details begin to trickle out through previously sealed police reports and court documents, the team is revealing to the Independent what they learned about the killer through his digital footprint. The Cellbrite team had uncovered files scrubbed from devices, searches routed through VPNs, and deep downloads about serial killers, all of which they say painted a chilling picture of obsession and planning. While DNA, I mean, he was going for criminal justice, but the person that they'll talk about that he was looking at, I don't know. I've never heard of him, but the crimes that he committed and the way he went about it, it sounds a little bit like something Brian would want to read. It says, while DNA from the knife sheath ultimately tied Kohberger to the crime scene, It was the voids in his otherwise trackable life that revealed how the killings were premeditated, the experts say. Forensic analysis revealed that Kohberger's phone had only 4 periods of total inactivity, dating back to June 2022. So, one of those silent moments occurred on the night of the murders. So, I think he got the phone in June. So within, 5-6 months, 4 periods of inactivity, and that means his phone was like dead or something along those lines. And that happened one of those nights. It was on the night of the murders. He didn't just lose signal or run out of battery, Jared explained. This was an actual button press, power off on purpose, and then a power back 2 hours later. So it is a power back on, power off. Okay. And in the middle of all that, 4 people were killed. So it looks like he physically did turn his phone off, like Dateline had said. So where did Dateline get the information? Did they get them from these guys that were supposed to be the witnesses for Brian's trial? I mean, are we still going over that? Are we still gonna? I still want to know who was leaking evidence. Are we forgetting about that now that Brian Kohberger's in prison, or do I need to write a letter to the judge? Just kidding. He'd probably call me out on his YouTube channel. But maybe we should. I mean, hey, we're gonna find out that was the defense or the prosecution or where that leak happened. As a criminology PhD student at Washington State University, Kohberger had long been immersed in the study of crime. But according to the digital forensics team, his interest crossed a line from academic to obsessive. He didn't just Google these cases. Heather said he downloaded full PDFs of case files not once but repeatedly. He was downloading detailed reports on serial killers, including Danny Rolling, which I didn't know who that was, who also murdered college students using a similar knife. Have you guys heard of him before? We might have to read about him. It wasn't casual browsing, it was meticulous research. Well, he wasn't doing good in school, so. I was trying to read. Okay, so to determine exactly what happened during the 2-hour window on the night of the murders, the Cellbrite team recreated the digital environment and studied call logs. Turning off your phone isn't enough, Heather said. You have to disable Wi-Fi, disable cellular, then power down. And that's what he did. What did they call that? A total blackout or power? What was it? I was trying to see the word so I could look it up. He had I forget what kind of phone he had, like an Android phone. Yeah, you snoring back here? Okay. When we're watching something, I'll figure out what I couldn't find the word. Because I want to recreate it. I want to see what it does. It says this was meticulous research. So they discovered that in the days right before and right after the murders, Kohberger disabled Wi-Fi access on his devices and routed his traffic through NordVPN, a tool designated to anonymize online activity. While the act is not criminal, it is abnormal, Jared noted. He was diligent in prep and cleanup, and he made our job really hard, Jared said. This is someone who tried really hard to not be detected. Well, he did a good job, I guess. I mean, I would have to look that up, and I would have to be like, what would be a total shutdown of my phone? And then I would have to, but that's why our brains are different. I would have to like write that on a Post-it note and have that somewhere near me, and then I'd end up like losing the Post-it note, and it'd have my DNA on it and my handwriting. So I'd be caught. I was trying to figure out where we were. Sorry. His phone had joined the Wi-Fi at the restaurant 2 of the victims worked at. Okay, there we go. So Felicia was telling me this earlier. And I was like, where did you see that, Felicia? I don't know if she wrote me back. But I didn't get this far down when I was reading this article. I found it right before I came on. So his phone had joined the Wi-Fi at the restaurant 2 of the victims worked at, but Kohberger failed to do a full cleanup of his phone. Details of what the team found, including scrubbed files, private browsing, VPN activity, and obsessive downloads about other serial killers, were found hidden deep in his phone, not in a visible gallery or standard folder, but in buried files, directories, and that required forensic tools to uncover. Dame Kohberger, this wasn't like you weren't hiding an app in like a calculator pretend app, were you? So he buried files, directories down like so deep into his phone that you needed forensic tools. Okay. He had also downloaded reports on the Idaho murders and extensive searches of his victims. Before, after. Now that's extensive searches, like when? Before the murders or after the murders? The team pointed out that despite law enforcement's hard work, there was a period of time from the time that the crime happened until identifying and arrest, the phone seizure, and then the phone extraction. So some of the best information was most likely wiped. Well, yeah. But with time and attention, they were able to paint a picture of what he did on this night, Jared added. Even though some of the best stuff wasn't there, he certainly didn't cover all of his tracks. And that was probably because he was scared, I mean, just you forget these things, I guess, when you're murdering people. Kohberger's digital footprint also included a passive log of Wi-Fi networks his phone sought out on the night of the murders before he phoned. Okay. When they write these, they should really have someone reread this. Before his phone was turned off, his phone was searching for Wi-Fi signal and he wasn't at home, Jared said. Well, my phone does that all the time. Mine looks for Wi-Fi signal everywhere. Like if I walk out of the house, my phone will disconnect from my Wi-Fi. I mean, eventually, and then it'll try to grab onto someone else's Wi-Fi. I don't know. And while motive and any connection between Kohberger and the victims remains completely unknown, to the frustration of the victims' families, there is some digital evidence that showed Kohberger may have encountered at least one of the victims previously at their workplace. Madison Mogan and Xander Kernodle worked at a local restaurant, the Mad Greek, as servers before Kohberger murdered them. After the killings, a fellow employee said they remembered Kohberger visiting it twice and eating vegan pizza. So one Wi-Fi log caught Heather's attention when she was searching his digital footprint, the network name for the Mad Greek. Though nothing concrete tied him to the location at the time of the murders, the Wi-Fi log suggested he had been there before, possibly more than once. There it was. Heather confirmed his device had passively logged that network. I mean, unless you can do it without needing him to be a guest or have a Wi-Fi password. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just over here playing devil's advocate. Thanks, Travis Mount. Appreciate that. Hey, caught up in crime. Welcome in, everybody. I was on another screen. Just holler if you need me. Put a bunch of like those little the bomb things. Yeah, Ashley, he did. Wasn't it? Was it 92 or 98? It was something like that. I remember. Yeah, it was in the 90s. It was like, oh, you sly guy. You thought you were sneaky turning it off there. Unlike the DNA on the knife she found at the scene, the digital evidence didn't deliver one big aha moment, the team said. Instead, it emerged slowly through fractured call logs, gaps in data, and strange behavioral shifts. There wasn't a single smoking gun, Jared said, but we found that the digital evidence told the story of preparation. Ooh, he didn't have like a list, like, Rex. DNA can tell you who did it, he added, but the digital evidence shows us intent, and that's what we're going to testify to. Heather emphasized that proving intent required building a baseline of normal digital behavior and then watching how it drastically changed leading up to the crime. If you can prove normal behavior and then go, whoa, this is completely abnormal, and that moment aligns with the crime, well, that's not an accident. And that's what the periods of silence showed. His relationship with his mother, or with mother. While much of Kohberger's activity pointed to calculated isolation, one relationship remained steady: his connection to his parents. Starting at 6:13 a.m. the morning after the murders, he's calling and texting his mom and dad nonstop, Heather said. It was incessant. But it was also one of the only things he did that matched his normal behavior. Oh. So he had to call mom and dad. You know what I mean? Don't make sure that call's in the morning. Oh, guess that's what he did. Even in the weeks leading up to the killings, Kohberger's digital communication showed few signs of friends or peer connections. Jared recalled seeing only one other contact, a classmate, briefly engaged in a group chat. All other correspondence was to who Kohberger called mother, father, and sister. Just one sister, or? The moment we started to look at the messaging, it made me think of Bates Motel, Jared said, referencing the horror movie Psycho. I mean, it was like mother and the label mother. The constant contact with his mom, it was wild. Yeah, I mean, he's 28, right? How many times a day was he calling mom? On December 29th, the day before his arrest, Kohberger began calling and texting his parents obsessively, just as he had on the morning of the murders. If his mom didn't answer, he'd call his dad, they said. The same day, Kohberger searched terms like paranoid, psychopath, and wiretapping. It was obviously weighing on him, Heather noted. The contact with his mother continued after his arrest, with inmates at Ada County Jail reporting that The contact with his mother continued after his arrest, with inmates at the Ada County Jail reporting that okay, I hate when they do this. These people should not even have, I don't know why they can't spell right. Okay. Reporting that while he was locked up waiting to hear his fate, he spent hours on the phone with his mother. Wonder what they talked about. I did it. I mean, I don't know. Described by other prisoners as I'm going to assume this to be fucking weirdo. Inmates said he would wash his hands dozens of times each day and would spend 45 minutes to an hour in the shower. Oh, please tell me this is not the Ritz, Carlton. Okay. This is not the Ritz. You can't be in the shower for 45 minutes in a jail. It's because you were segregated, or you would have been beat up 45 minutes in the shower. They would have all been freezing. Yeah, I want to hear the cause. I want the cause bad. I know the Android is it's always in the articles like that. Oh, I talk to my mom all the time. They babied him, yeah. Vincent is most of the trolls that come in here. Yeah, he is. You're right. I'm, like, so tempted to take this camera off of this stand and go find Vincent right now, and I bet you what time is it? 10:17? Oh, he might be on the computer still. He might be on the computer, but he's usually sleeping by now. So Kohberger's mother and sister were present during his sentencing. At one point during the victim's impact statement, his mother broke down in tears. The only time Kohberger spoke at the hearing was to respectfully decline the opportunity to address the court or reveal why he committed the gruesome crimes. Despite their exhaustive efforts, the forensic team never found a true why. We didn't find the why. Heather admitted we wanted to for the families, and that was frustrating, but we found the how. And the house, they said, suggest it wasn't spontaneous. No, it definitely wasn't. This wasn't someone who just snapped, Heather added. This was someone who planned. He didn't accidentally stumble into this house and commit this heinous crime. It was intentional. So, yeah, intentional homicide, first degree, premeditated. I know. I wonder if we could pick and choose what we want. Like, I wonder if I were to just say, hey, I want the jail calls. How much is that going to cost to me? You know what I mean? Like, that can't be 20 grand. Because that's what I wrote down that I wanted. I wanted calls from the jail. I wanted his correspondence from the jail. I mean, I'm sure other people put that too, but I don't know. I'm surprised people haven't asked their communities. I mean, for real, I'm surprised that there has not been GoFundMe started for $20,000. And then when all the documents are out and they're all read, the person will be gone with your $20,000. I'm telling you. Okay, so maybe I'll start. There is some more stuff that came out. I'm trying to see. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to just press those buttons, whatever I just pressed. Because the last document that we read was about the DoorDash. And the date on the report was 7/9. And they started, I thought they started at 7/9, but let me check. 7/8/25. Oh, that's because that's the date. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm reading you guys the right stuff and I'm not reading you something that's like a duplicate. It's so weird because Moscow puts their documents out like they put out 314. Let me see something really quick. Yeah, these all have to be the new ones. Okay. What we'll do is we'll read a couple documents and then we'll skedaddle back over to the pictures. I do have them up like where it's like one after the other, I believe. Okay. I should have done this before, but I didn't. I just want to make sure I'm not like repeating these to you guys. No. Let me just double check. Yeah, maybe these are. I don't know. I'm going to save them for later. Okay. So we've looked at these pictures before. Actually, I want to just go up to the top. And I just wanted to go back through them so that way we could see like the front of the house, around the house. I'm going to skip through these because these are all just from, not from the crime scene. But this is going to be like the light bulb camera here. You guys can see the pictures, obviously. I can maybe make me smaller. I need to fix my studio. There I am. I'm like, how can I make me smaller? And if you need me to, I can always zoom in too. I was going to go down a little further. And then that's that video I've showed you before where they're taking Murphy outside of the house. And they're like, whose dog is that? And someone says, I believe, like Kaylee's. I can play this. Oh, okay, it's all the way up.
Wait, whose dog is it? Kaylee's. Wait, whose dog is it? Kaylee's.
Like, I don't even see the dog. But I'm sure that there's a dog, obviously, because someone's talking about it. But yeah, I don't even see the. I'm like, I don't even see the little dog. Okay. So it looks like I want to make sure that those are all okay. And then I thought I took the pictures down, but I didn't. Okay. So these are all going to be from the 13th here, Sunday the 13th. There's that trash. I think I do have an update on the trash too. I think I saw something about it earlier. I'm all about that trash. I want to know what was in there. And tell me that this isn't Brian Kohberger. No, I'm just kidding. It's not him, but I like to tease you guys now that I said that one time. It does look like him though. Just there reading, drinking his coffee like he'd normally have. They said, the student said that. That's them trying to get the trash that they let, looks like, go to the dump or go towards that way, because these are all empty. Unless they emptied those ones first. They could have done that. Because I remember them going around and emptying them. There used to be a website that you could go on and like view the inside of the house. They took the website down. I don't know why. I need to ask them why they did that, because it was a really good visual. And everyone I go to, like if I go to like Reddit, if I go to any other site, that it all directs you back to that one site to go like look for things. But it's like, well, kind of can't because it's not there anymore. Hey, Araya, do you want to go out or something? You can see here in the window too, it looks like boxes or something are piled up, but you can see the bed in Kaylee's room. That's them taking like the 3D scans. I was wondering what my dog was doing. She's just sitting back down. Putting on their booties. Did they switch the date yet? I'm sorry, I'm going back up. I just thought, is this still the 13th? No, this is the 14th. Okay. So this is the 14th. And I don't know if you guys noticed, and maybe it's just me, but in the bedroom, in Xana's room, that bed looks like it's like all like on the wall, on the other wall. I wonder if that's where it was always, you know what I mean? Or if it was more in the middle because of like where, obviously this is Ethan's biologicals coming out of the house. But where he was like positioned, just would have, I mean, it just is really sad to think. And that's what I liked about that house too, because it took up like the floor and the forwards, and you could see like where, like what people would, like what the investigators would have saw. Maybe I have a video about that. I think I have a video on it. I'll have to show it sometime. These are kind of all like duplicates almost. And then these, okay, so these are like starting to go inside the house. So, I mean, this whole time we've kind of known like, there were places in the house that were lit up or that were able to be lit up that night. Like the sign, the good vibe sign right there. We knew that there was a cart from pictures before, but we didn't know if it was in there the night of the murders, but it was. If you see here, this table is completely cleaned off. There's nothing on this. You can even see like the basket in the window and the little plant and all of that stuff. And then here in a minute, you're going to see where they moved things from the oven and the sink and the counter area, and they put it all on that table, and it made me cringe. And I trust them though, because they are the investigators. But I was just hoping that they had taken pictures of all of that before they moved it all. That's just what my training would have told me to do if I was in that position. And then this is the picture that you could really see Kaylee's bed. And like, you could see like the blanket or something is torn down, or like, like somebody had gotten out of bed. I think that there was some more. Well, here they are along the windows. Do you know how many people probably put their hands on those windows walking by? Probably so many. Not like, maybe not like that, but you know what I mean? Like, they were searching. And I'm pretty sure that's the window that it's on, because the other ones would have a screen. I'm trying to see if I could see it like, but you can see the Jack in the Box bag. And okay, see how everything's on the table now? Okay. That's what I wanted to show you. So this was clear just a minute ago. Just going to go back up one more time. There, same table. So I'm wondering now, I was always wondering why they moved it. Like, I'm wondering, is one person moving all this stuff and then they see there's handprints on the window and they're like, hold up, and they all go outside? Or how does this work? Because you're putting stuff on this table that surely doesn't go. And they actually, I think they added they add a box to this table and stuff. They add more. There's the box back there. So maybe it was there. Maybe maybe his head was just blocking it. So I didn't mean to skip that so fast, but it's just him putting on his boots. Now I wonder who this little guy is. This guy looks really young. I wonder who he is. Does anyone know? He looks really young. Where's Squeaky? It's too quiet. Yeah, where is that Squeakster? Oh, man. Oh, and just to let you guys know, there's no crime scene photos in this batch right here. I will warn you before I put anything out. But that's them outside. So obviously there's something in this area of grass or mush or whatever you would call that, for them to put an evidence marker there, right? There was no blood. There was no shoe prints outside the house. How could he have done this? She just takes pictures there for fun. I'm being sarcastic. Obviously, they found something there, you know. And then whatever this is, this little letter. Was this your MapQuest? Did you remember MapQuest? Isn't that what it was called? Where you had to like print it out on the paper? Yeah, just me, could have been for sure. Okay. So I don't know what they found right there. I remember this note, like this thing being like all the rave for a minute, but I didn't go over it because we didn't know if there was any evidentiary value to it. Like this picture right here wasn't going to do us anything but staring at it for, hours on end. We could have done that. They put it in an evidence envelope. And she's got it. These little red berries on that tree I thought were really pretty. We don't have trees like that in Ohio, I don't think. Okay, that's the drone guy. Let's see if there's any more from inside. Well, they have this guy coming out, or her. I don't know if that's a guy or girl, but to suck up the particles from the air. Oh my goodness. I think that, yeah, you can see back here actually the sink, it doesn't have anything in it, and it did at one point. I don't know if we saw those pictures yet or not. I would assume that I showed them, but because these are in order. But we'll keep going down for a minute. Now, to me, if you're parked back in this driveway or whatever, this parking lot, I would think that they would be there, if they were in the back parking lot, if Brian was in the back parking lot, if he was back there and he was looking in, in my opinion, he would be looking into Maddie's room. That would be who his target is, in my opinion. Either that or Dylan, but he didn't kill Dylan. So there's that. Because you can see back windows of the two rooms. Oh, wish you don't lose your hair. Oh, a rowan tree? Never knew that. Thank you. On the tree? I don't think so. No, it's just little berries. Little berry tree. It's like I saw it in one of the thumbnails I used to, or are you talking about the letter? I can look at both like this. That's a leaf. If you're looking at the letter, let me know. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is just a leaf. It looks like a dark leaf. And then this is writing. It says M. That could be like a heart or something. I'm not sure. Wait, there's one more, I think. Yeah, I think it's just like a leaf that's been ran over. And then like this thing that's going down is like part of the M. Well, look at that. There's Squeaky. Yeah, I think it's just from the leaves. Where's Squeaky? He said, "Oh, I heard my name. Someone said it 3 times. Beetlejuice." Oh, wonder if this is when he was tearing ass out of the neighborhood. Could be. Oh, it says tire trucks, indicating the tire trucks are likely unrelated. Okay. Why does this person look like he just is so young? Like, that's all you can do. You're only allowed to hold the tripod. That's all you're allowed to hold. Who said that? Betsy? It's a grilled chicken. That's a chicken. Look, he just looks really young. Oh, look at he's holding it. Or is that a girl? I'm not good with my eyes, so you tell me. But either way, young, very young. What's he doing? I'm just looking at this guy like probably wanting to see what was back here. That's the interview. I don't want to play the interviews, but oh, there's the couch, the chair, the grill, the trash, of course. You'll hear me if I am on YouTube by the time I'm 90 years old and we talk about this case ever again. I'll be bringing it up then about that trash. I'll be like, what was in there? What happened with it? Because I swear this trash got bigger and bigger. Like they were adding stuff to it. Maybe there was a murder weapon in there. I don't know. No, I'm sure that they checked it. I'm just being sarcastic. But there's Maddie's beautiful boots. I think her mom has those. Yeah, she wore them. My nephew actually has my dad's cowboy boots. He can't wear them anymore because he's outgrown them now, but maybe not so much his little brother. Okay, I think that might be like all the pictures from like, oh wait, maybe some more from inside the house. So there's the table with the solo cups. Okay, I think we need to go the other way. Maybe not. There's the box. So now you can see the box on the table. They have like something that looks like a robe or something white right there, but it has like but all that's the evidence things on the wall or on the window, I believe. Okay. So they have like a robe or something. Yeah, they just added to it. The only thing that is there previous that was there like when they first had this table and it was all clean are the red solo cups. So this is on that cart or by the cart. This is the table. And then this is that gold cart that they kept like their glassware and stuff on. I mean, you can see the good vibes signs lit up right there. Usually they don't, they're not going to light up like signs like that. I feel like the cops aren't, if they don't need to. Looks like these are all kind of the same. They're just different times. think this is when they start bringing this stuff out. There's the food that Xana got. Thank you, Mary Beth. That was so nice of you. I did, Felicia. Yeah. Right when I started reading, I was like, wait a minute. It was the, I can't remember which one it was. We just read it. I just exited out of it. It was the Independent, I think the one that we read. I was like, what was it? Okay. I mean, oh, I guess 2 of the screens were off in the back. I didn't know that. Let's see if there's anything else that's like inside. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this, but I think everyone's got a pretty good understanding. But I was going to show you like the inside of the house before we get to the actual photos. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Just need like 2 seconds. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let me just fix my chair again. Sorry, I had used the little lady's room. But I washed my hands and we're good to go. And I'm going to actually double it up. Thank you guys for waiting. I appreciate that. I usually don't have to have you guys wait ever. And then the dog left. Oh, and while I was out there, I screamed. I didn't scream, but I was like, hey, Vincent, you awake? I said, you awake? I said it like twice. He gone. He's gone. So he probably too busy trolling another chat, you know. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah. Yeah. That's, man. I should have made a whole show off of that. But then you guys have been like, we're bored. What are you going to tell us now? But I could have been like, that's it. That's all of it. Okay. I was trying to find the first floor on this whole fiasco, but I don't know why did they just not put it in? I'll show you the ones down through here, but it looks like they didn't. So basically this is going to be the back slider door. I'm just giving you a little bit of picture of the layout. Dylan Mortenson's bedroom is over here. And then if you go up to this 3rd floor stairs, it's right there. Now, I don't know why the stairs look like they're blocked off over here, but they do. You can come back in. I left the door open a little bit for the dog, but I don't think she's going to come in. She's like, open it all the way. That's what she's telling me. Okay. So then if you're up on the 2nd floor, this is where Xana and Ethan were sleeping. And then Dylan was on the 2nd floor over, diagonal from them. You can come in. I'm just going to tell her to come in. Come on. Come on. There you go. Yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Doing big things, girlfriend. Sorry, she's my scaredy cat. She really is. Maybe I should. Maybe I should do like an extra video on it. Because I haven't seen anybody talking about it. Let me go to my history. I like to pump you guys with information if I can, though. Okay, so I keep on going the wrong way. Sorry about that. So then if you go up to the 3rd floor and you go up the stairs, they wrap around. So if you're going to come up on top, you would go over this way to the Kaylee's room, of course, which that's where Murphy was. Then there's a bathroom straight ahead, and then to the right is Maddie's room. I keep going the wrong opposite way. I really wish we had that other like sketch thing that where we can go into the house, but this is a better visual for you guys if you guys need the visual. So, you walk in the front door, you can go up the stairs, or you can go to the 1st floor bedroom that we heard it had like Kaylee and maybe Maddie's like it was like their social media room kind of deal. I know that Maddie worked on the Mad Greeks social media, so maybe she did that stuff down in that room. But on the other side, down on the bottom floor, would have been Bethany. So she would have been in that, like into that hill. So I feel like she probably wouldn't have heard much from where she was at. And then 2nd floor, you have Dylan on one side, then you have Ethan and Santa trying to sleep and eat, some food on the other end. And then upstairs, of course, Murphy's one room. And then they have Kaylee and Maddie going to bed with each other that night. I swear these animals are crazy. Okay. I was just checking the chat. Yeah, he was 11 months. Was it talking about the dog? How about Murphy? Murphy was 11 months. His birthday's in December. I don't know if that's who you're talking about, though. I was trying to go back up. Oh, thank you again. I don't know if I thanked you for those ones, Mary Beth. But thank you for all the gifted memberships for tonight. But let me know. Because people are claiming that brown bag next to the Coors box was her bag. Let me go back. I can even show you next to the Coors. I don't remember seeing anything like that. Just in the crime scene photos. I don't know. You guys just let me know. Hey, Shelly. Anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Just want to I'm just going to show them like this. I just don't want to miss any. But I don't want to put any of the victims either. If we don't have to. And now they do have things like redacted out, like pictures on the wall. I think that they're their names. Maybe that's what they are. So that's why that those are out, like, blurred out in some of the pictures. So we'll start with these ones and then we'll just go backwards. So nothing, nothing major. I'll tell you if you're going to see something like, Now the next picture I'm going to show you, I'll just tell you what I'm going to show you. The next picture I'm going to show you is if you are standing in the living room and let's say you're playing beer pong. You're on one side of the table. You're going to see the buffet cart. As far as I can see, I don't see any biologicals in this picture because I know people are squeamish. So. Yeah, a lot of creators have I think they have like 4 or 5 pictures. I think I have like 20 or 25, 28 or something, maybe. It could be, yeah. I'll show you the one I'm thinking of in particular. It just looks like maybe it's a sign or something with her name on it. Maybe, I don't know. That's just what the feel I got. But yeah, definitely could be pictures because people be zooming in. People be zooming in. This picture reminds me of a college house. Definitely. Now the next picture is going to have like a droplet of red stuff on there. I can't really say BLOOD. They don't like that word on YouTube, but Now, to me, I don't know. This is either Dylan's room, Kaylee's, or maybe it's Maddie's actually. Kaylee's door would go the other way, I think. No, it wouldn't. It would go that way. Oh, I meant to show you the house before all these pictures too. So you could see what the house looked like. Okay, so I'm going to do that really quick actually, because these rooms are a lot bigger than what they appear to be, like in the pictures. And so maybe they should have kept that house up, who knows? I say no because it would have killed someone going in there, breathing all that chemicals in. But it does give you, a better layout a better view of of the layout. So this is going to be, this would have been Bethany's room. This is going to be in the northeast corner, right below the living room. Now, I would have liked that open closet like that. That would have been nice. In the same picture, just like a different, viewpoint. So pretty nice size room. I think. And then this was the room that they didn't use, that was like unoccupied. Who would want that room? Like how are you going to decorate around that thing? And then that was the downstairs bathroom. So there was 2 bathrooms that had the first floor and the second floor. They both had larger bathrooms with a washer dryer hookup and a washer and dryer in there. Oh, sorry. I think I missed one. Yeah, I did. Did I miss 2? No, just 1. So this is the living room, obviously. Look at the window open. Just fall right out of there. They didn't even repaint this before posting these. It looks like, is it dirt on the wall or is it just like me? I know the floors, they need a cleaning, but they're probably like, hey, we just need some more people in here. It says photos removed from Zillow. Oh, well, good thing I saved the Zillow ones. These are the Zillow ones, but good thing I saved them. And this would have been Xana's room. This would have been Dylan's room. That would have been Dylan's room. No, Xana's room. Sorry, Xana's room. So that's why, or no, this is Dylan's. I'm sorry. I'm thinking the bed because she has a kind of like a little nook in her room too. It looks like where you'd only be able to put the bed on one wall. You know what I mean? Where if you put the bed, you could put the bed, I guess, in front of the window. You could do that, but I feel like that you wouldn't have as much room for other things. Okay, we're just reading that. And then this is the kitchen. Oh, my pics aren't changing. Thank you. Thanks, Doodlebug. I just saw that. What the heck is this? I'm like, what am I looking at right now? That's the door. I'm like, what am I looking at? Okay. I meant to bring you back all the way back. Okay. Let me take you back down here. Let me take you back to the front. I don't know why this didn't share with you. I'm so sorry. See, Doodlebug, that's all you. Doodlebug was like, save our ship. Save our ship. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I thought that the pictures were going with me. They should have been. I got to mess up at least once a night. It's a live show. It's a live broadcast, live studio broadcast. Did you like that? I'm just seeing if y'all are on your toes. I just want to make sure you guys are listening to me. Thank you, Doodlebug. Doodlebug's like, I'm trying to look at these pictures, and I know these pictures should be going. Okay. So this is Bethany's bedroom. I won't say it as long as I'm going to say I'm a little quicker now, but as well as this one. This is the first floor. So if you're on the very first floor, and then this was the bedroom that was unoccupied. I wonder what that is on the wall. I wonder if it's like a thermometer, like for this room only, or like the bottom. That looks like the, oops, I didn't mean to do that, but that looks like the thing for the doorbell. Just curious. These old houses, the older houses always have character, I feel like. That was the first floor bathroom. And then living room, and another spot in the living room. And then in this spot in the living room, you can almost see back towards like, Xana's bedroom. This bedroom right here would have been Xana's room. This would have been Dylan's room. That would have been Xana's room. Or Dylan's. I'm sorry, I did that the first time. Dylan's. And then obviously they're showing you like, they're just, that picture there is just to show you like the stairs are on the other side of Dylan's, bedroom wall. Her bed was on the far wall over here though. And then we've got the kitchen area. I'm glad these are turning with us now. Another spot. Wonder what made them put like a nice glass in this. I don't know. Just looks like one of those like paned windows. This is the third floor. So like looking in, like if you're looking into the bedroom, that would have been Maddie's room, and then the bathroom, and then behind us would have been Kaylee's room. That's their bathroom upstairs. And then that would have been Kaylee's room. I didn't know if those were like hooks for curtains or what those were up there. I'm just curious. Curious minds want to know. And I think that's all of it. This is Maddie's room. And then the back area. And you could like right there, you can see in that picture, you could just come right down, I guess, through there. Okay. So we went through some of these. Okay, we were on this one. And then the next one is going to be like droplets of blood. Looks like maybe where he was walking around, holding the weapon down at a downward angle. And it's just blood droplets. I want to see if I can will that make it? Yeah, that would make it like closer. And then this room, I believe, is Dylan's. And I think that the sign might be her name or pictures like you guys were saying. Let me know. I don't know. You let me know. Oh, thank you, Mary Beth. You're so sweet. Love you too. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty small, Maddie's room. And I'm surprised she kept it, like, because she was the oldest one in the house. Like, she could have moved rooms before anybody moved in, but she chose to keep it. Right, Cheryl? A beautiful view of Idaho. See this? No, I don't think this one is. Because it almost looks like the little faces are over here that they were talking about. But you let me know, because I don't know if, like, it looks like maybe the door is like this way and he's kind of like at an angle. So whose room is this one? Because this is the room I didn't know. I just knew that there was no, like, blood in it. I thought this was Dylan's room. No, this wouldn't be, because there's no window. Hold on. Like, I could see around it. You know what I mean? Like, I could see around that wall. No, that wouldn't be. Okay, let me go back. Like, this one is Maddie's. Closet over here. Window over here. This one is Kaylee's. Closet here, like a kind of like a that's where I think her desk and stuff would be. And then look at this room. Is this Bethany's? No, it's definitely not. Because her room, we're going to figure this out. We'll figure this out together. I'm trying to see if, okay. So this one would have been Dylan's room. But we're only seeing a little piece of this, the corner. That could be it. Because the window could be like right beside this. Like right, you know what I mean? Like right here. But we don't know if she could have had her drapes pulled. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The pictures of the eyebrows. Are you seeing them too, Tony? I'm about to like go in on that one because I thought those were the faces too over here. But I'm really good at I'm really bad at my trackpads. Let me try to move the iPad out of the way. Like up here, like all over this wall, actually. It's not gonna let me go in anymore. Are you kidding? Doesn't look like it's gonna even let me go in anymore. Sometimes if I don't have my camera on, like I get stage fright. This one, in my opinion, isn't Kaylee's room because there's no closet. Like these look like the pictures that they were showing with the weird faces, remember? Yeah, because right there's the one with, yeah. This is definitely the one with the hair and the eyebrows. Are you guys seeing it? Right, squeaky. There's nothing actually. There's nothing happened in this room. That's why they're showing us the full room too. Well, I mean, if it was Kaylee's, I guess they would be showing it, but they already have a picture of Kaylee's room and Murphy's underneath of her desk. So we're going to go, we'll just keep going through them. So we're just going to put this one over to the side. We're going to come back for that. I'm going to put it back on this just for a moment so I could get the other pictures. I'm kind of hoping maybe it told me. Where'd that go? Okay. Okay. Let me just pull them all up. Now that one's going to be Santa's room. I'm just trying to open as many as I can. And then this one is Maddie's room. I'm just trying to see if we find one for like Kaylee's room too, you know. I know we will because I know they have the one with the dog. Okay, so this one would have been Kaylee's room, and we got to look at the bedding. Okay. So this is the first room that I think's Dylan's. Now, where the heck was I just at? Maybe. Okay, and now this is Kaylee's room. I don't know if I can probably get it to, let me see if I can get it to like blow up. I got to do it earlier. I'm like so bad with this. It's like, I don't know why I'm so bad with the trackpad, but I am. But you can't really see that well, but you can see it looks like Murphy's under the desk. Like his two little paws are out underneath the chair. And thank you so much. I thanked you, Mary Beth, but I'm thanking you again just because I wasn't sure. Thank you. Maybe sometime soon, Mary Beth. Yeah, maybe sometime soon. We'll have to see. I don't know. We'll have to see what people are, you know, monetarily. You can't see this, but I have the same stinking cart as Kaylee. And the tank top that Olivia wore, which she deleted her TikTok, I don't know why, but she was wearing the other day. I have that in every color possible under the color wheel. It's the same one. I know it is the same brand. It's Target. And then her mom, Christy, wore 2 shirts during the first year of interviews. And I have 2 of those. It's a burgundy one and a green one. And I'm like, then I saw that cart today and it just made me like kind of like laugh because I was like, man, these people have good taste. That's all I can say. Let's go back to, okay. So I don't have all the pictures up yet, but I have most of them. So we're going to go back to the beginning of where this was. So this looks like as you were entering into Xana's room. This door could be Dylan's. That's who I thought when I first saw it, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a round knob or if it's like more of like a shorter knob. Because this is going to be Maddie's room. Now there are a little bit of blood droplets on the floor. Maybe something on the door, but it looks kind of like dirt to me. And you can see her boots that she had on that night. She has, you know, kicked her boots and her pants off. Was ready to get into bed with her best friend, you know. Or maybe not. Maybe Kaylee was in her own room. That's so sad to see Murphy under there. And then here's the stairs going up. I don't know if, this mark right here is blood, but it's red. Now it does look like someone stepped on that can. Can's just in the house, I guess. I mean, it's a college house. I think this is the picture I just showed. Yeah, it is. I showed that picture. I've showed that. I've shown that one. Okay. We'll go back to the other pictures. Oh, I don't have my iPad picture either. Okay, so that one's pretty bad. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw all of the crime scene photos, like that that you think you've seen them all. Put a 2 in the chat if you haven't. I'm just curious. I guess there's even like a closer picture of her shoe. Oh, like half and half. Okay. I was just making sure. There's only a few that are bad. Like there's like there's a couple. It's just like is it like do I think I'm seeing what I'm seeing, or am I not seeing what I'm seeing? So we'll save those till the end. That might have been the same picture. He was just like closer up. Okay, let's see. Okay, okay, so this is the kitchen. Such a small little kitchen. And look at this. Oh, look at the sign. This is our happy place. Like, I don't think that there's any like blood or anything in any of the pictures I'll show, except for maybe like, I'll tell you if there is. Like this next one, there might be a little bit on the bed, but I'm just showing you closer shot of the shoes and the pants. And then here's the fingerprints. Looks like they got their little Christmas trees out, like it's that time to decorate. I wonder if these are all pushed out like this. Yeah, they are. Now on this next picture I'm going to show, it's going to have like blood on the box of the Coors Light. And this is going to be in Xana's room. Showed you that one. I've showed you this one. She just exit out of them. Let me see. Okay, I'm just going to take it back and share this one. That way I can exit out of the other one so I don't mess it up. But I think that was all of them. Except for like the really gory ones, which they're not that gory. I mean, I can't say that they're that gory, but they do have like they're blurring out objects, but you know what the object is, right? And that's just what's hard. So yeah, so Tony, the pictures that you like, the picture of Xana's bed and there's that big blur, that's Ethan's body. That's Ethan. Jennifer Coffindaffer. I wanted to like pop her like a zit the other day with, I'm not showing any of the victims as she's showing the victims. I was just like, oh my goodness, you're doing that. I was like, what are you doing right now? Yeah, I tweeted that. And do I care? No, I don't. Yeah, well, they kind of blurred that blood pool, but then not for Xana, because if I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing, then that one does look like, you know. Let me see which ones, make sure I'm not missing anything that's, and I can always give you the link if you guys want to look at them. I think that's why Olivia deleted her TikTok. I think it might have been a little bit too much for her to handle right now, you know, which is perfectly understandable. And thank you. Thanks, Mary Beth. I appreciate that. And documents aren't free, neither is internet. I appreciate you going live every night. I appreciate that. Oh, so in Xana's room? No, I'm talking about like there's a picture going into Xana's room. And in my opinion, when I looked at it, it looked like you could see the pooling of blood under her. Now I haven't zoomed in or nothing like that because I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do that. No, am I looking at it right though? Is that what you're seeing? See, Lucy, I don't remember that. Squeaky. Yeah, it was Ethan. And then there's one of Xana. So it's like, the one of Ethan's out there everywhere. I haven't seen really the one of Xana. I think that, yeah, I feel good about not having to show those two. Now, I do want to show a part of the room, but I might have to like redact it a little. Let me see what part I wanted to show. Yeah, damn it. Damn it. I could show it, but it's a lot of blood. I'm gonna wait to show it because I want to see the room. I want to see a couple things really quick before I show that one. But yeah, I just, it's just me. It's just I'm weird. I don't know. After hearing Steve Gonzalez saying he didn't want the pictures out, none of the families did, and then even the Mogans had something to say today. Let's see here. I took pictures. I take pictures of stuff so I'll remember because I always be forgetting stuff. I think this is it. Let me see. Thought I took a picture. Okay. So this is what gets me. Like there's just like these are the parts, or I guess not parts. These are the parts of the cases that get me. Let me find. I thought I saw something on here. So this is on the Honoring Maddie May site. It just says a quick post about everything getting shared. The awful photos getting shared around all social media is disgusting. This is disrespectful to all 4 victims along with their families. All 4 families did not want these photos shared around, and rightfully so. We shouldn't need to see these. The families are going through enough suffering and grief, and this is just added on top of all of it. This is just somebody that honors Maddie on her page. She's a writer, all that stuff. But this is the one that got me today, because I was like, "We son of a guns, yes, sons of guns." Oh, have a good night, Felicia. But look at this cute baby before you leave. Look at this. This is a little picture of Kaylee. It says, in regards to the crime scene photos being released of Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Xana, we know they're out there, but we are begging you not to share them. These pictures are extremely private and cause immense pain and trauma for all of our families. Please help us by not reposting or sharing them. We are asking kindly for your help and respect to this extremely sensitive matter. Thank you. P.S. Post your favorite photo of them. Sad. What's this? Oh, this is just their page. And then it was Aubrey's birthday the other day on the 5th. So, wow. Not a boring day for them guys over there. But I think we did it. I think we did it. I don't know, Mary Beth. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll do one during Christmas. A lot of people, they just don't have like the extra funds to do it. I know I don't. I don't have the extra funds to do it. Last time I had to pay for like 3 other people. It was like craziness. But I will for like during Christmas or something for sure. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to show you guys tonight. Pretty heavy stuff. Pretty heavy stuff. There's going to be more documents that are coming out. There's a lot more stuff that's going to be coming out. I'm going to go through my documents and make sure that there are not any copies of anything. I don't think that they are, but I don't want to start reading them to you and then there'll be like a copy, which I would probably figure it out pretty quick, but I want to make sure. I want to see if there's any other. We need to do a case update night where we do obviously some case updates. I was trying to see if there's anything. Why does it say this case is closed? It's not. Okay. Well, Idaho 4 is trending and Brian Kohberger is trending. So let's see what's going on. Okay, I don't know this person's. These. Oh, it's just. Yeah, people are putting these on Twitter and they are like zooming. Yeah. So all the pictures I showed you tonight are the only ones that are out there. The only other picture that I didn't show you is like a zoom in on her room in one of the corners where there's just carnage everywhere. There's red stuff everywhere, all on her pink blanket. The picture, I believe, the only other two were the picture of Ethan. I think there might be 2 shots of him, but it's blurred. It's just, I don't know. And then the picture of Xana. And those are the only ones. And they're everywhere. So he can't appeal. Was he going to appeal an ineffective assistance of counsel? Sorry, no. You had free counsel, and they worked 20,000 times harder than I've ever had a public defender help me. I mean, then he could go with the courts. You know, something wrong with the courts? No, everything was followed to the T. Yeah, I know why people that are saying Brian's innocent, I know why they're saying it. Psychologically, I know why. But it's like, just take a seat. If you really think that this guy is innocent, then first off, I'd love to know your reasonings and with like facts, like, you know, some facts and like reasonings. And then I'd also like to know, why would he say he did it? Why wouldn't he go to trial? I mean, I would just go to trial. Have it all about me for 3 months. Yeah. Well, I feel good about like showing the pictures like we did tonight. Like, I feel like I can go to bed tonight and be like, you know, pictures of Ethan and Santa what? Those are the only ones I didn't show. And if you haven't seen them, all you have to do is get on X. Oh, see, the only one I saw of hers was, it definitely looks like blood and it's underneath of her. Like it's a puddle. Kohberger's a crybaby in prison. Yeah. Yeah, so there's I think there's only 3 or 4 I didn't show you. And the 3 or 4, they're doubles. Like they're doubles, so. Yep. I just feel like, you know, the families didn't even know about this before we did. Where did he say that, Ladybug? Because he said on News Nation he didn't want the photos out at all. None of the family members wanted the photos out. Maybe I need to go back and listen to that interview. We just listened to it. What was it, last night? Or no, night before last. We covered Austin Drummond last night. I mean, you just read what Steve wrote, right? I mean, you just heard me read their Facebook. Their Facebook said, well, let me get it back up here. Okay. In regards to the crime scene photos being released of Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Xana. That means released. That means they've been released. The pictures we just looked at, but the ones with the bodies. We know they're out there, but we are begging you to not share them. These pictures are extremely private and cause immense pain and trauma for all of our families. Please help us by not reposting or sharing them. That's why I only shared the ones that were not bad. I just didn't want to do those. We are asking kindly for your help and respect to this extremely sensitive matter. So where did they say that they wanted them shown? That he does want them shown to the public? Because there is no way on this, there's no way on this whole earth that Steve would say, just blur them out. That's fine. Well, Law and Crime better stop lying. We just watched it last night, and I just read that. I just read that Facebook post 10 minutes ago. Like, that's why last night I was so hell-bent on not showing nothing. Me too, Sierra. I really tried to do it in a way that would, thank you, Marybeth, that was the classiest way I could do it, I think we only showed a few pictures of the blood. And if you guys saw the rest of the pictures, yeah, you'd be like, oh, wow. But I just don't need no bad juju right now, okay? I don't need no bad juju in my life. My cat's not feeling that great. I don't need no bad juju. Hey, Kathy. I don't care about being censored by YouTube. You can go on everybody's squeaky. You can go on anybody's YouTube channel and go see those pictures. I'm the only one. So that's to me. I'm the only one. You're a grown-up. Then go $20,000. You can go get the photos. But love you guys. Later, guys. I'll see you whenever I feel like coming back on for a live. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a a start, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt.